Hey everyone, welcome back. So, in 7 Day was actually, obviously, as expected, we kind of get some small details on Mass Effect 5 and also the Amazon TV show that's currently in development. That one is not really talked about as much as the new game, obviously, but hey, they're doing the show. I mean, if it's good, I'll definitely watch it, like for sure, because I love this franchise. It's one of my favorite gaming franchises for a long time since the seventh generation, because it's just so damn good, especially that main trilogy. Anyways, let's get to the blog post first, and there's some other information too that we need to go over too. So let's get started. Like you, we've heard the rumors lately. You made it clear you care deeply about what's next, so start the record straight. The next Mass Effect game is in development, and EA and BioWare remain committed to telling new stories in this universe. The truth is, last few years been incredibly busy at BioWare. They shipped Dragon Age last year, that's why we didn't get anything from Mass Effect last year. But currently, the team is heads down and focused exclusively on Mass Effect, so this is the only game they're doing right now. We have a lot of universe to cover, a lot of features to build, and a lot of romances to figure out. We're excited by what we're building, and we promise you, when we're ready, it'll be a lot of fun to show. Until then, thank you for your patience, because you're all thirsty for news. I see you looking for secret meaning in my tweets. Okay, sometimes they say, well, he's self-aware that he sometimes teases us. Beyond that, there's more to get excited about. I haven't talked about it much, but you might have heard a little something about a TV show. We've been partnering closely with Amazon on it, and we're really excited with what the talent team over there is cooking up. The writers' room is going strong. We have got a lot figured out, but where it fits within the canon. And where it sits in respect to the new game, the show will explore a brand new story within the universe timeline, and will be set after the main trilogy. It won't be a retread of Commander Shepard's story because, after all, that's your story, isn't it? I mean, he's not wrong, considering that a lot of Mass Effect's story was shaped by the choices that we made throughout the entire trilogy. And it's one of the very few instances where our choices carried so much throughout from game to game, which was which is pretty awesome. That's something we don't really see nowadays, which is pretty crazy because it was so unique. That's what kind of made the original trilogy so beloved and why I still love it so much. Anyways, so the show is going to be after the original trilogy, and the tease about Shepard though, I wonder what that's going to mean. Either way, it's going to be interesting to see what ending they decide to make canon, because, as you all know, there's multiple choices in Mass Effect 3 in terms of what ending you get. So, we'll see what happens, though. I'm in the firm belief they're probably going to go with Destroy. I think that's the ending they're going to go with. Now, is it going to be the version like where Shepard breathes, so hinting him being alive? We'll see, though. I mean, it depends if they plan to do anything with Shepard, in the long-term future of the series. So we'll see, though. Anyways, not just that, there was also, they actually, in that blog post, there was actually secret messages too that led to something cryptic actually was discovered, which was this. A new concept art for the game, which is teasing that there's a Krogan civil war going on between various Krogan factions. As we all know, there's multiple in the Mass Effect lore, especially from both the original trilogy and from Andromeda. So the current theory is that maybe the Andromeda War found a way back to the Milky Way, and maybe they're getting involved in a conflict with maybe the Urnov faction. Obviously, that depends on if you kept, Rex alive from Mass Effect 1 and it carried over. If you made the choice that you were able to get enough Paragon or Renegade to keep him alive. That's the always the one how I picked, because Rex is so damn funny as hell, so I really like him. He's one of my favorite characters in the Mass Effect series, so, because he's just so damn entertaining. Anyways, now somebody actually asked Mike Gamble on Twitter if this was where this image was set, and here is what he posted: past event or future? Future. I'll take it and not price. Stuck though. So it's said after the original trilogy. And also, Mike Gamble also said this in a separate tweet too. Everything you've seen from all N7 days will connect, because we've gotten teases in 2021, 2022, 2023, and this year. They didn't do one last year because they were so focused on shipping Dragon Age. Makes sense, no matter how you feel about that game. That's not the point of the topic. So, but outside of that though, we've seen me getting teases like mostly every year ever since they first announced the game in like what was it, 2020? So this game has been known for a while, like quite a while, and seemingly it still weighs out, as apparently it's still in pre-production. So again, they just shipped a new game last year, so it makes sense because the Mass Effect team had to help get that game out the door. Anyways, so let's quick reminder of all the previous seasons we've gotten so far. Here's 2021, where it's involving the Quarians and the Geth, because a Geth ship crashed, and there's also Quarian and Geth bodies all around the crash site. So clearly something is going on here with the Geth and the Quarians again, which is interesting because of, we kind of helped conclude that war in Mass Effect 3 in order to get either one or the other or both to help us fight the Reapers. I typically always went for where I kept both factions alive, and that greatly increased people's chances of getting the actual ending with Shepard being alive. Anyways, next one we have this one where there was once this was decrypted, it was an audio log where Liara was communicating with Geth, and two, the image also teased that a new mass relay is being built, because remember, the mass relay was destroyed in Mass Effect 3 as a result of the Reaper War. So very curious. So obviously they're going to continue the interdimensional space travel and all that. Now the question is, this is where the Andromeda thing comes in, because with them kind of teasing that Andromeda's going to play a role in the story of this new game, like they've said that numerous times throughout the years. So it's going to be interesting to see how Andromeda plays into this. Anyway, the next tease we got, which was this obviously in-engine teaser they did in 2023 that teased this mysterious new character in N7 Gear. Now, this is probably going to be the character we play as, I'm assuming. I don't think it's Shepard, but I could be totally wrong. But I think I'm right on that one. I mean, we'll see though. I mean, they could always they could pull a swerve on us, have it be Shepard in some kind of new gear to throw us off, so we don't recognize that it's him/her. So we'll see though. Then obviously the final tease again, which was the Krogan Civil War, and he did say that all these teases are connected somehow. So let the wild theories begin. My theory is that maybe someone is setting up where all these different factions are suddenly going to war with each other again. The Krogan thing I think might be because the Andromeda clan that was in Andromeda, maybe they're just coming back to Milky Way, and they have differences with the other clans. Because remember, you cured the Genophage in Mass Effect 3, depending on your choice. I typically went with, curing it, because, they've suffered enough. I think it was time that the Krogan actually have a chance to live like every other faction in the Mass Effect universe. When other people agree with that or not, that's just how I always handled it. You know what I mean? So, either way though, like I said before, it's going to be very interesting to see what ending BioWare ends up going with. I still think Destroy. I think that's going to be probably the most likeliest they're going to use, personally. But that's just me though. I guess time will tell and see what they end up going with. The current theory is that this new game, and seemingly the series as a whole, is going to be set place 600 years after the original trilogy. That's a current theory going around, and that's been a thing for a few years now. It's interesting that all these are connected in some way, so I'm very curious to see how everything ties together for this new game. And also how Andromeda plays into it, like I said earlier. Either way though, I'm very excited at the prospect of a new Mass Effect game, because it's been a long time since we've had one. Because the rumor a few years ago was saying 2029, and the fact that it's I guess still in early production, I guess kind of makes sense, which is kind of crazy because we first knew about this game 5 years ago in 2020. Ironically, N7 Day 2020 is where they first teased this new game. Then we had that announced trailer at the Game Awards a month later, then nothing really major outside of these teases we've been getting. So, I don't know. All I care about is that BioWare and EA get this right, because they need to. BioWare needs a major win massively. And I cannot underestimate, the BioWare that we knew and loved that made the original trilogy is long gone. They've been long gone for a long time. But I do have some faith in Mike Gable, considering he's been around the Mass Effect series for a long time. It's pretty obvious, he truly cares about it. And he's the essentially director of this project, and that he put assemble, a veteran team who seemingly has been involved in, various other BioWare projects like Mass Effect. They even got the writer from Guardians of the Galaxy game, which is criminally underrated. If you have not played that game, you gotta check it out. It is really freaking good. The story in that game is amazing, and that gives me some hope that the writer for that, is writing, this new Mass Effect game. So I've got some hope that it's gonna be really darn good. Either way, though, they need to get this right. That's all I can say on that one. But yeah, I'll definitely be covering Mass Effect 5 every time we hear something new about it. So stay tuned to this channel if you're a Mass Effect fan, because even though I have Halo in the title, I love Mass Effect. It's one of my favorite sci-fi franchises, and I'm hopeful for the fact that Mass Effect actually has a future still, because it's been a long time since we've had a new Mass Effect game, which was 2017 with Andromeda. That's just crazy. Shoot. If the rumor about 2029 is legitimate, damn, almost skipped entire console generation. That's insane. But either way, though, BioWare, you just need to get it right. That's all I'm going to say. So, and if the show's good, I'll definitely check that out too. So, I wonder if they're going to connect the two somehow, because that's what it seems to be, because it's going to be set after the trilogy like the game is going to be. So, but either way, though, if you like Mass Effect, stay tuned to this channel. I'll be covering the new game as soon as we get more info on it after all this. So if you want, continue to hear more, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Till then, have a good one.